Hi, it's Iain from ROCKFIEND, and tonight we're chatting with Derek Mitchell from Edinburgh Stalwarts Vantage Point. How are you?
Ah, not too bad.
Good, good, good. Ironically, we're both in Edinburgh, but we're doing this over Zoom for obvious reasons. So, but amongst it's been a shitty year all round, but amongst the bright spots, Vantage Point have done well and got some music out this year in an album. How's that been for you?
It's good. Well, we actually, Murray, the singer, texted me on the day lockdown was announced saying, I'm just back from the studio. We finished it. So
Right.
that was back in March. So that gave us, because we did the album, plus we had two songs we did, which are from the next album, and
Okay.
two covers. So that
Right.
gave us a lot of stuff to release over the summer
Yeah, yeah.
and into October, which was nice to have something going on when you were just sitting at home.
Yeah, absolutely. So you had that stream of EPs and things coming out, as you say, with some interesting covers, Spandau Ballet and all sorts. So is that a deliberate plan to get EPs out, or was it just the way it happened?
Yeah, it was deliberate, but it wasn't meant to come out all month by month. Some of it was meant to come out last year and stuff, and it just everything got a bit. There was a backlog
Yeah.
of music. We seemed to go into the studio, and we'd always record a new song instead of finishing mixing the previous one.
Right. Okay.
So we just ended up with an album's worth plus several singles. So
Yeah. Worked out some cracking stuff on there and alternative versions, and you'd quite a few guest musicians and singers on as well.
yeah, that was something that it's been slowly building. We 3 or 4 years ago we asked a couple of local singers to do stuff just to re-record older songs, so they weren't exactly the same as our version.
Yeah.
And then when we did the previous album, Work, 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 which was a work theme, we thought about when you go into work, it's the same every day. How can you represent that on the album? So we thought, well, if you give the music to another singer without them hearing the vocals and say, write your own words
Mhm.
and your own melody line, and they record that, and then you get two songs which are the same, as in the music's the same, but they're slightly different. And it's like, so it's kind of like going to work every day. It's the
Yeah.
same office, the same building, but it's slightly different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we just
Yeah.
got into doing that, and then it's just built, and we've kept continuing to ask people to put their own stuff on it.
Yeah. It works.
And obviously, at our level, studio time is precious, so
Yeah.
you actually can get more songs out, because obviously we'd love to go in and record a brand new song, drums, guitars, bass, and stuff.
Yeah.
But you've only got so much time and money, so actually, if someone just gives you a vocal, you've suddenly got two songs from the amount of time it would really take you to record one.
Yeah.
So you can put out more stuff. So
Yeah. Good thinking.
and,
Good tactics.
and
Yeah.
it's quite fun seeing how people interpret your music, and you get actually quite different songs out of it. You can listen to them back to back, and although they do sound the same, they don't sound identical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. One of them was quite different, and then when you've got like a female vocal on certain songs as well, really works.
yes,
Good job. So obviously I do quite a lot of reviews. Probably review an album a week, and some of them just some sort of good stuff this year. Some of it can be a little bit generic. You start to get the same themes and the same words, and you can almost rock bingo with some of it. And then you guys come along with a dinner party concept album and songs about killing puffins and stuff. It's like, what's that all about?
I think that's just the strange things that go on in Murray's head. I mean, this is obviously the second one. So we did the first one in 2014, and I think he was at a dinner party, and he had this idea he could write a song about everyone that was there.
Right.
Obviously, each song was exaggerated, and a bit more of a caricature than the people that were there.
Yeah.
So he liked doing it, so he thought, let's do it again. And this time he thought, well, I'll just make them the opposites. So in the last album, there was a song about someone that was called Forgotten Face, and it's basically about you meet someone and they're kind of bland and forgettable. Mm-hmm. So you meet them again, and you're like, oh, pleased to meet you. You're like, no, I know you, we've met before. And you're like, all right. So to have that say, he thought, I need someone that's memorable. So he thought, if you were at a dinner party with someone who'd turn around and say, I'm a puffin killer, you'd probably remember that. So that's where the genesis of his lyric came from on that one.
Nice.
So he told me I was a bit, I'm not sure how that will go down, but so far we've not had a backlash.
Yeah, it's a cracking song actually. It's one of my favourites. It's really
yeah.
Really
and if you look at obviously the cover of the single, Puffin Killer had the demon and killing puffins. But if you look at the cover of the album, you can see in the background there's a puffin with a knife. He's going to exact his revenge. So
right. So it's so some of these people that have got songs are real then, are they?
I think in the first one they were loosely inspired by some people.
Yeah.
And but very much caricatures and exaggerated. And then in this one it was just like, well, we had a forgotten face, we need someone memorable. Obviously in the last one the instrumental was Conversation Stopper.
Right.
And this one it was Conversation Starter. So
yeah, all works in. I'm just a bit worried about this basing songs on people. If Murray's watching this, there might be a song on your next album called Twat from ROCKFIEND or something. Need to be careful. That many days.
We did, because we're obviously talking about doing new stuff, we did do a third one, but I think that may be a bit further down the line.
Yeah.
If we do, we'll maybe give her a rest.
Yeah. Just when we're talking about, real people and stuff, going back a long way, probably my favourite song of yours is Gemini. Is she a real person or persons?
She is indeed, yes. That was Murray's girlfriend at the time. And she was called Gemma, and conveniently was a Gemini. So
right, good to know. So one of the other things that's quite distinctive about you guys, you've got your sound, and I don't know, you've got your sort of classic rock influences, your sort of post new wave of British heavy metal stuff. But the other thing that really makes you guys stand out a bit is some of your artwork. As you mentioned, the demon on this one, but you've got that recurring character, Abby Long, and she's got her own Facebook page and everything.
Yes, it hasn't really taken off, but yeah. So that was on the last album. The first album I did was a High Maintenance Girlfriend, which we put out as a single. So just asked the artist, can you do something just a girl? And he did that. And we did another song the following year, just as a digital single, just when I wasn't looking. And I just kind of thought, well, how do you put the same girl in it? And then it just kind of built from there. And then when we did the Work, Work, Work album, there's a song called I Belong. And we were just in the studio mixing it, and we're listening back to it, and Murray sings it, Belong, and I just said, who's Abby Long anyway? I was joking. I thought, actually, there's a name.
Yeah.
So I got a name for her, and I thought, well, I'll just make a wee Facebook page to put the artwork that she's on it.
Yeah. Works.
So that's what
I've got the hots for Abby Long. She's on the Just Want You EP, and she Just Want You.
Yeah, that was, well, obviously that was taken from the old World War things. We need you. So
yeah, no, happy days. It's one of my things. Hopefully we'll get you out gigging and stuff. And I appreciate bands have got to sell merch, but I never need to buy another black T-shirt again in my life. But at least you can good artwork. But any chance of an Abby Long sex doll or anything like that on the merch?
Not something I'd thought about.
Oh, there you go. That's your mission for tonight. You've done some stuff with Lego as well, haven't you?
Yes. Well, we've done a few of the videos where we obviously just go and find a location and goof around and film. And so you're always thinking, where can we do something new? And then obviously you're looking, when can everyone make with good weather and stuff? And I just thought about how can I do other videos? And I thought about puppets from the Muppets. I remember being in Jenner's looking at puppets, and I thought, I'm out of my depth there to make a thing. And then I was just reading somewhere about some Lego videos, and I thought, we could do that. And then you just thought, well, with Lego you can build anything, and I thought, oh, that means we could play anywhere. So I've got one. I got the Lego Sydney Opera House, and then I could say,
Right.
Vantage Point, I've played at Sydney Opera House. So there's one there, although it didn't work so well because it's a long model.
Right.
If you took the photo out so you could see the whole of the Opera House, you could then see the bedroom it was in, and it didn't look very good, so you had to kind of go in and focus solely in it, so you didn't really see.
Right.
But it was good fun to do, and it's out there. So I've done 5 or 6 of them, but I also, obviously, I thought, well, maybe these Lego videos will go viral. But I think the first one's been viewed the most, and it's just got less and less with each one. But
right.
There you go. But I have another one which I enjoy doing. It's good. You can just in an evening for a bed, just do an hour of take a photo of some Legos, and it's just quite nice to come down and de-stress. So there's one sitting in the middle there.
Right.
So that is basically it.
Okay, cool. That's where the magic happens.
Yes.
I can't if I could do a Wallace and Gromit yet. You never know.
Well, yeah, you never know. I enjoy it. It's the same with the band. I mean, I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy the music, right. And whether you put it up and anyone listens to it or not is another thing.
Yeah.
How did you? It's all right. Someone else is answering the door. I was about to say.
Cool. No worries. So I think I must have first seen you guys live a long time ago. In fact, I think you handed me a flyer outside a gig at the Cali Picture House or something, and
yeah, it's quite possible. Yes.
Yeah, we've not seen you live for a while, even before lockdown and stuff. Have you got any plans?
Yeah, we've kind of talked about maybe when it all comes back, doing some more gigs this time, because we did our first gig in 2004, and then we got to 2004 and the drummer left, and we kind of we kept going, but if someone asked us to come do a gig, we'd maybe do one, but we weren't going out chasing it. And so, I mean, after that time, there was a bit of a dip in enthusiasm. Will it be? Don't chase it. So, but the last couple of years, we've really got back into writing and playing music. So now we've got another couple of albums out. It'd be good to go out and play them. So I think we'll maybe put more of an effort into it when everything's going again.
It's good. Oh, it's got to be fun for you guys. But I mean, over the years, done some brilliant stuff. So I read your, I think it was Murray had an interview in PowerPoint. I think you placed a track on with a magazine, and there was some talk there of a greatest hits. Do you think that might happen?
I don't know. I mean, in these days of all the digital thing, you can make up your own playlist if you want.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the AC/DC thing of never having had a great hits, and I don't think I'm really in a position to say here's the greatest hits. We've not really had many hits.
Best of. But it's quite scattered. I mean, it's. Did I read that you and Murray decided to start a band like about 20 years ago or something?
I was going to say no, it couldn't have been. It was 2001, but at the end, I suppose that was 19 years ago. So yeah. I met him in the post office.
Right.
Over Christmas, just in the sorting office when the mail goes up.
Right.
And I was trying to start a band then. He was in a ska band then, but he wanted to be in a metal band also. So
why wouldn't you?
We got on and sorry. Why
wouldn't you? You've saved them from it.
Well, no, he's still out there with Bomb Scare. They're doing quite well.
Is he? Right.
So, yes.
No, nice to get you. There's some good stuff going on in Edinburgh. I think I've just reviewed the Genius Lee Christmas single, and
well, she's done a vocal for us.
All right.
Which is she took the song Rainbow Ruth.
Yeah.
We gave her the music from that. She's obviously didn't let her hear the vocals, and she's done a vocal which I've got. So the next time we're in the studio, we can put that on, and it should go on release sometime next year.
Oh God, look forward to that. I like Genius's voice, and she does some really interesting stuff as well.
Yeah, well, it's obviously quite different from Murray's, and
Yeah, yeah.
And as she said when she was doing it, she says, I quite like to write serious lyrics and stuff. And I thought, well, that's quite different from ours as well then.
Good stuff. Well, that'll be good. I think we've got Medusa Touch are putting something out this week, I think, as well. They've probably been going even longer than you guys, but with a hiatus. So there's plenty of good stuff in Edinburgh. It never gets much talk of a scene, but you guys are a big part of it. So
yes, the band we've probably played with most of recently is in the last few years is Engines of Vengeance, and obviously we did Mercy came and sung in a couple of our songs as well. So
yeah. I remember seeing you guys in a double bill at Henry's Cellar Bar or something. Maybe.
Yes.
There's
one we've not played for in a long time.
Yeah. So hopefully we're saving Bannerman's, so we'll see what we've got. Oh well, that's good then. So I'm glad you're having a bit of success. I take it the album's going quite well.
Yes, and it's got more reviews than others. It's reviewed in the current issue of Sweden Rock magazine.
Nice.
And there's an interview in that which I did with them as well. And there's in a Danish magazine, Metalized. So the Swedish one's out because I can see the Swedes are listening to it on our stats and Spotify and stuff. So I don't know if it was a good review or a bad review, but it could have been horrendous because some people have taken the time to go and have a listen.
Good. No, quite right. I'm glad you're getting heard because it's genuinely good stuff over the years and just something quality and a little bit different. So certainly wish you all the very best with that. And
thanks.
Yeah, and I hope we'll be seeing you again in Edinburgh next year sometime.
Well, you never know.
Fingers crossed. But keep in touch. Any new music, let us know. Send it over. Be happy to review it, and I'll
do it as soon as we get in the studio mix. There should be quite a few coming out next year.
Nice one. Brilliant. Superb. Thanks very much. Nice speaking to you. Cheers.
Thank you.